Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great day, and I wanted to come and talk to you guys. It is the end of June, so that means we are halfway through 2025 already, which is crazy that we're already 6 months into the year. But I wanted to go over the goals that I set for myself at the beginning of 2025 and see if I'm following through. So I went back and watched my 2025 reading goals video and I set 6 goals in that video. So let's talk about them and see if I am following through. Okay, the first goal I set in that video was to read 40 books in the year of 2025. So that means if we're halfway through, obviously I should be at 20 books. Right now, according to Goodreads, I am at 26 books out of 40 books, which it says is 7 books ahead of schedule. So we are good to go there. I am on track. And I think even though I set it for 40, I was hoping for 50 this year, which I'm still technically on track for because then I would need 25 books read so far, and I'm at 26. So I am on track. Look at me go. The next goal I set was to read 12 books. So that 12 books. What am I saying? To read 12 poetry books. So that means I should have read 6 poetry so far. So let me go look through my bookshelf and see if I've done that or not. Okay, I have 7 poetry books so far read this year. Um, some of these have definitely been successes, and some of them have definitely been flops. So I have obviously made wrap ups for all of these books, so feel free to jump over to the wrap ups to check out my feelings about these. But another goal we are on track with 7 books. We needed to be at 6. So, success. Nice. What's our next one? Alrighty, our third goal for 2025 is to read the Throne of Glass series. So, like I said in that previous video, I did end up finishing the ACOTAR series in 2024. So, I did start my Throne of Glass series in 2025, and here's how far I'm at. Alrighty, I started off with The Assassin's Blade, and I did finish this in April of this year. And I then picked up Throne of Glass, which I also finished in April. Then I finished Crown of Midnight in June. And I'm about 200 pages into Heir of Fire. So I'm hoping to finish this in July. And then that means we have 4 left. Okay, I'm breaking out the box set. I have 4 left to go. So that means if I do Heir of Fire in July, August, September, October, November. So I should finish this by the end of November. But I definitely am going to do the, what is it called? The dual reading, or what is that called? Wow, I'm blanking. I don't know. It's where you're reading both of these at the same time because they happen at the same time in the universe, but it's like you're in someone's perspective in this one and a different person's perspective in this one. So if you read them at the same time and go back and forth between the chapters, it's a better time, I've heard. So that's what I'm gonna do. But ultimately, I think I'm on track because if I do July, August, September, October, November, I should be done by the end of November. And if I'm a little behind, then that means I have all of December to catch up. So, all right, I think I'm on track for that. I'm going to count that as a win. Alrighty, then my fourth goal was my reading journal, which I have been doing. I did film a video and posted that, my 25 reading journal, and posted the startup of it. So I'll show you a few pages of how it's going. So here's my reading journal. Some of the pages I haven't been filling in, like they just don't I don't know. I'm just not a fan of them, and I make YouTube videos to talk about my feelings, so I don't really have the desire to write all of those feelings also in here. So there's a lot of pages that I don't use, but there's still a good amount of pages that I do. Here's one of them. Here's the little bookshelf, and you color it in and write the titles of the books you've read. And so that's that bookshelf so far, which I think is turning out really pretty. The next couple pages I use is my new releases. So I've been just kind of jotting down when books I'm interested in are coming out this year. So I also have my reading tracker, shows the list of books that I've read. The next page I have filled out is my 5-star reads. I only have 4 so far this year. Technically, I only have 3, and one of those is a 4.5, but I included it on this. Hopefully, I will be getting some more 5 stars. I've had a lot of 4 stars though, so I'm not complaining, but I would like some more 5 stars. I also had a did not finish page. This one only includes The Cruel Prince. We don't need to give that book any more screen time, okay? I'm not a fan. That's why I did not finish it. Another tracker that I do love in here is the series trackers. This is so helpful to write down what series you're in, which, the star rating for each book. It's really great. There's the smaller version, and then they have a much bigger version for all of the books that have more than like 2 or 3 in it. So that's been really nice and very helpful. The next page is the trope tracker. This is just kind of a fun list where you have some different tropes like slow burn, friends to lovers, forced proximity, and you kind of write down the books that relate to that trope. And it's been nice. I'm pretty loose with it. Like if there's any sort of slow burn, I'm like, oh, write it in slow burn. So I'm not super, particular about it, but it's been fun to fill out. And then we have my 25 books I want to read in 2025, which we will be going over that at the end of this. Later in this video, I'm going to talk about which ones I've completed and which ones I'm still missing. Next up, we got the genre tracker, so you have all the different genres listed here, and then you get to just, put a little color check mark essentially next to it when you've read something out of that genre. Which, speaking of that, we're going to skip to our 6th goal for 2025, which was reading a variety of genres. And I think I've definitely accomplished that. Definitely by this tracker, you can see it's not all in one. I think romance is pretty high. Fantasy is always pretty high, but I've read some, poetry nonfiction. I've read a thriller, some young adult, science fiction, some rom-coms. So, I definitely feel like I've succeeded in that goal. And let's see. Oh, here's another little color page for books that you've read in the year. And then finally, you are at the monthly recap. So you got your January, you got your books that you read, some other notes, and some of the stuff I don't fill out because it's just not really something I care to do, but a lot of it I do like. I don't think I will purchase this reading journal in the future, but it's definitely been fun for this year, and I think I'm going to go back to making my own journal. And really, then I can just include everything that I like and not have to just skip a bunch of pages that I don't ever use. Like, for instance, there's all of these pages in the back, and it's a way for you to write more of your feelings about each book that you read. And I don't really use it. I don't have an interest in writing all of that down. So there's a lot of pages that aren't going to get used in here. But, I tried it out, and there's a lot of things I like about this and a lot of things I don't like about this journal, and that's okay. So, yeah, but otherwise, I think that the journal has definitely been successful for this year. All right, and then my last goal for 2025 is my YouTube channel. I have had some sections of time where I haven't been posting. But June 1st of 2024 was when I started this channel, and now that it's the end of June of 2025, I can't believe it's already been over a year of making videos. And even though I've had some sections of time when I haven't been posting because I've been busy, I think that I've been still keeping up with it a lot, and I think that I've been doing a good job with it. I mean, I'm still making this video and more videos like this, and I'm still enjoying it a lot. So I think I've definitely been successful with that so far. So let's jump into our last section of this video and talk about the 25 books I said I wanted to read in 2025 and see if I've read them. I'm going to go ahead and move. So I'm going to move these down and keep my 25 books I want to read in 2025 up here. And that way I can stare at them for the rest of the year. And that way they're like, hey, you need to read me. Okay? That's my goal. Okay, so I'm gonna set a time lapse and I'm gonna move this all around. Okay, after a quick jam session, I have reorganized the books and I have pulled everything from the 25 books I want to read in 2025. So here are all of the books I have read from the list. There's only 8. I should be at like 13. And so I'm behind. I am behind for sure. So let me put this down and let's pick up the stack that I haven't read from. This stack is everything I haven't read from. So I think this is the series I'm supposed to start / continue in. From Blood and Ash, I just feel like I have a lot of series going on. Same with Scythe and Full Measures. I've got a lot of series going on that I haven't been wanting to pick up more. I've been trying to finish what I have been, so I think that's my excuse for not jumping into these. And Unravel Me, so this is the second one in Shatter Me, and I don't know why. I picked up that first one and I didn't hate it. I don't even remember what I gave it. Maybe a 3-star. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was a lot more young adult than I thought. And I just have had no desire to pick up the next one in the series. I do want to give it a go. Like, I don't want to just DNF the whole series just yet, but I'm hoping I will get that desire to keep going. My next section is the poetry section. I've read 2 out of the 3. I started this one. I'm 35 pages in. I don't really know why I stopped at the time. Maybe I just wasn't into it at the moment. Same with Explorations of a Cosmic Soul. I also started this one. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. I don't know. I'm still interested in both of those, so I will hopefully get to those this year. I also want to get to Her Favorite Color Was Yellow. This one I'm saving for a certain video, so I'm hoping that this is only motivating me to go film that video. Next is my graphic novels. I have been very behind on graphic novels. I just haven't been picking them up. I don't know if I just needed a little bit of a break from them. I've only read 1 graphic novel out of all of the ones I set, so these are quick reads, so I don't think I'm going to have too much of a hard time getting to these in the next 6 months. Then there's these. I don't know if these were I think there was maybe some new releases. There's also Crash Landing that I still haven't bought yet, but I still want to read it. So I need to buy that and read it. So this one also is a super long hold at the library. So I'm waiting for that. And I think the last four were my most anticipated for this year. So it's crazy that I only got to one so far of my most anticipated. I'm pretty sure that's what this category was meant to be. I don't know if I'm just intimidating, like, when you want something to be so good and then you're like afraid to pick it up because you're like, what if it's not as good as I was hoping it to be? I think that's what's happening here. But I need to get over that and just read the books I want to read. Alrighty. And that's pretty much my goals that I've set. So I think what we can take away is that I'm pretty successful in my written goals, but I am behind on my 25 books I want to read in 2025. So I think I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna go read and edit this video and get it out for you. Thank you so much for being here and going through all these goals with me. I look forward to hearing what your goals were for 2025, or if you have completed any yourself. Feel free to comment them down below. I'd love to hear them. I hope your reading year is going great as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye!